And we are joined in progress in this week's edition of IZW Impulse. This is Greg DeMarco, joined at this time, as always, by JT O'Sullivan. Top of the morning to you, JT. How are you doing today?
I'm doing fabulous. How you doing, Greg?
Doing great. If only you fans could see JT O'Sullivan fresh out of the barber's chair and into the commentary booth, looking good as only JT O'Sullivan can do. Like I said, we're joined in progress. Lucha Reigns going one-on-one with Mike G, JT, two up-and-coming stars. Lucha coming off of two big victories last week on Impulse, and of course at the Unification Super Show over his brother Lucha Reigns. What's next for Lucha Reigns?
There's a lot next for Lucha Reigns. He's got a lot of momentum going on right now, fresh off two victories, as you're saying. What I think is next, hey, maybe he can go for the world title. You never know.
Might want to get a shot at Triple X Lawrence Tyler going after that unified heavyweight championship for all of Arizona. Mike G, of course, looking to pick the big upset victory over Lucha Reigns. As we see, nice flip over there by Mike G. Tripped up by Lucha Reigns, quick cover. Pops Ballard not even getting a count. Our second look at Pops Ballard on IZW Impulse. Of course, he refereed the very first episode, the main event between the 602 Wrecking Crew and Native Blood, making his second appearance here with Lucha Reigns and Mike G.
And I heard he's been refereeing for like 4 years, ever since IZW started.
Pops Ballard, a staple of IZW, and hopefully will become a staple of IZW Impulse as they tie up in the middle of the ring. Lucha going to work on that left arm. Trying to work it over JT. As you know, being a fully trained professional wrestler down in Memphis, you got to pick a body part and work on it as good as you can. Take away a man's strength is on your route to victory.
Oh, of course. He's wrenching that arm right now. If he keeps on working that arm, it's the key to victory right there.
Irish whip into a big arm drag. Lucha going right back on that arm. Of course, Lucha Reigns sporting the neon green tights with the red mask. El Cholo Mike G in the white wife beater and the khaki pants. Just so all of our fans at home can tell the two men apart, since we didn't get our introductions. And of course, Pops Ballard in the black and white stripes, JT.
We got Mexico City, Mexico, Lucha Reigns, and we got El Paso, Texas, represented in this match.
Right, 2 count there for Mike G. An international affair at the sets in Tempe, Arizona, as we often see IZW internationally represented with the roster of superstars that we have. Reversal there by Lucha Reigns. Go for the elbow. Mike G rolls him up.
2.
Only gets a 2 count, JT.
No, sir. Only 2. Only 2.
Only 2. Lucha, big drop kick right in the middle of the ring. Standing drop kick, very impressive.
That was totally awesome.
That was awesome indeed, JT. Someone had a lot of caffeine while they were waiting at the barbershop.
Oh, yeah.
Versus whipped in the corner. You could see Mike G charge in here. A little bit of a mistake. The lands on his feet. Lucha has his back to his opponent. Big right hand by Mike G. Going up top.
I don't know if that's
taking a page
wise.
out of Lucha's book here by going up top. Catches him with the arm drag. Sends him all the way across the ring to the opposite corner. Lucha now getting some momentum. Reversed by Mike G. Misses the high cross body block. Mike G staying on him now. Going after that back. Drops the elbow across the small of the back as you saw. Picking him up. What's he going to do, JT?
He's got to work on that back. See, he's not really working on the back. He is a little
big
bit.
Body slam in the middle of the ring. Definitely working over that back, as you were saying. Lucha kicks out at 2.
Kicks out at 2. Still got that gut instinct to continue.
Mike G now continue to work on that back. Pulling those shoulders. Pulling on those arms, excuse me. Working over those shoulders in the back. See if Lucha's going to give it up here.
It just depends on who's got more in that gas tank in this match right now.
Oh yeah, the action hot and heavy in our first match of IZW Impulse. Didn't even wait for us to start the show this time, JT. We sit down in the booth. These two guys are already going at it. The fans are excited. The wrestlers are excited. Even Pops Ballard's a little excited.
Yeah, I can tell he's a little jumpity in that ring.
Oh yeah, always exciting to be on an episode of IZW Impulse.
Jumpity like a popcorn in a bag.
Might be how you heard the name Pops Ballard. I don't know, JT. Of course, IZW Impulse brought to you every week by Rising Phoenix Wrestling Entertainment, bringing you all the best action of Impact Zone Wrestling, all the wrestling action, backstage interviews, upcoming events. As we zoom in here and see the agony on the face of Lucha Reigns, we can thank Brett, our cameraman, for this great camera work as he gets right in close to the action so we can see what both men are going through as they fight for victory here in IZW. Big clothesline there by Lucha Reigns. He could have him, JT.
No, sir, only 2.
Only 2. The big kick out by El Cholo Mike G, of course accompanied by La Shy Girl. I'm almost mistaken as I don't mention her throughout this match. She's not too happy when you forget to mention her presence outside the ring. We've yet to see her get involved in this episode of IZW Impulse. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen, JT.
You know, Mike G, what I wanted to mention right here is when he was having that bear hug, he wasn't applying enough pressure into that back of Lucha Reigns, and that's why he was probably easily to escape that right there. And it's just, he's got to apply that pressure, because if you put the pressure, I mean, I don't think anybody can stand that at all.
A bear hug is a great move. It allows you to catch a breather as well as taking you out of your opponent. We saw a huge enziguri kick there by Mike G. Only got two as Lucha Reigns was too close to the ropes. Lucha now trying to fight back to his feet, trying to gain the advantage over Mike G. This match misses the elbow. Lucha coming in, swinging tornado DDT. Lucha doesn't even have enough to cover the man, JT.
I think we got to call air traffic control on that one right there. That was some freaking fire miles for Phoenix right there.
We saw El Cholo Mike G climb up to the top rope earlier. Lucha showing him how it's done, diving to the center of the ring and hitting him with that swinging DDT. Both men now, as the referee applies a 10 count, both men trying to get to their feet. Whoever gets to their feet first could have the advantage, JT.
Tweety birds dancing both on more on Mike G's head than
looks that way, JT.
Little birds.
Both guys trying to clear those cobwebs. Both men back up to their feet. Big right hand and a return right hand by Mike G.
Right for the pickings right
here. Guys
here.
just slugging out in the middle of the ring. This isn't technical wrestling. This isn't even a blood feud brawl. Big back leg kick by Lucha Reigns. This is two guys trying to win a match and move up the card in IZW.
Looks more like a street fight right here if you want to think about it, with all the fists and the kicks. And
they're just doing what they can to pick up the victory. This is where matches are won and lost, JT. We see who wants it more and who wants to impress the fans and impress the board of directors here in Impact Zone Wrestling. Missing the Swanton Bomb is Lucha Reigns. Mike G could be en route to picking up his first big victory here on IZW Impulse.
Like I said, one big mistake could cost the match. One little mistake. Right now it says who can be on top of their game right now. Looks like we're looking for a sidewinder right there.
Sidewinder swings him down on the mat. Could he have him here? He does, JT. Mike G picks up the victory on IZW Impulse. We go to the replay now. You can see that sidewinder. Plants him in the mat. Back of his head bounces off the mat, JT. Knocking him out. Doesn't allow him to kick out.
No escape, no retreat for Lucha Reigns right there.
Mike G with a big victory. We'll see where he takes this here in IZW.